Hi, welcome to Laura's View and Tarot 2. I am so glad you're here. Today's date is Saturday, November 9th, 2024. On the 5th, we had elections nationwide for many positions, including that of Commander-in-Chief or President, and we already know that Donald J. Trump was announced the winner. However, there is one very special candidate out there that is still waiting to find out the results of the election in her state. I'm speaking of Kari Lake, who is making a bid for the Senate seat for, or a senator seat for the great state of Arizona. I say great state because it's more potential than fact, because right now Arizona has got a lot of cleaning up to do. And we're wondering if, and I'm wondering if the cleanup that's needed is going to once again create a selection rather than an election based on popular choice or, again, selection. I'm going to take you to a compilation I've got. If you're not familiar with Kari Lake, she did make a bid for governor a couple years ago and has been deterred at every point in trying to get some election and balloting irregularities noticed and change to occur in the election process in Arizona. And I kudos to her. I mean, the determination card or cards that show determination in tarot are bound to show up with this lady. But I thought, let's take a look at some information I have for you, why I think this may be an important situation to keep our eye on and observe. And then if you are in the state of Arizona, I've got some information on how you can track your vote and make sure it gets counted the way you wanted it to. So let's go to that compilation, which is simply just because I'm on a rather restricted platform. It is, I will take you to a Facebook post, and then the first few comments are my compilation in case you're a newer viewer. And again, I just have to do it this way because YouTube doesn't like a lot of the links, but they do like a Facebook link. So we'll take them to Facebook and then take you the rest of the way into my compilation. And you can follow the Facebook link that will be in the video description box if you'd like to look at this information in closer detail. All right, without further ado, let's get to that compilation. Okay, hang on just a second. I've got some things popping up here that I don't want. All right, this is what I want. Here's our compilation, folks. I apologize for that. I have a photo here of Donald Trump, and he did indeed endorse Kari Lake for, I think, both of her political bids. And I thought it was really interesting to note that Maricopa County seems to be the pivotal place where things are decided and election results are birthed from. I'll put it that way. And coincidentally or not, the only post that mentions a specific county in the United States that's from the 17 team was regarding Maricopa County. Okay. And so you can see it was post number 2492 specifically mentions Maricopa County. Now, that's important because if you follow this link to the Daily Mail, they've got a story. Now, this Daily Mail, by the way, is in the UK. So even the UK is very aware of the election shenanigans that are going on in Arizona. So that's something that Arizona doesn't need to be too proud of. But the article that they have out does mention that the person that is in charge of deciding, counting those votes on this delayed result um, has gone on record as saying that he said he wanted to make life hell for Kari Lake. Damning documents reveal with her Senate race still undecided. How do you like that? Then I went to I just asked about, I had heard that there was a two-page ballot in the state of Arizona this year. And it was concerning to citizens because when they signed up and got their ballot, their information was on page one, but not on page two. So it makes it absolutely impossible for the chain of possession to be confirmed and it allows for all sorts of shenanigans. In fact, it may indeed invalidate many of the election decisions coming within the state of Arizona. So I called the one person I know that lives in Arizona. He's my astrology teacher, Larry Martin, and I asked him if he could recall when he voted, was the Senate race listed on the first page that had the voter information. He put my mind at ease. He said, yes, indeed, but there's lots of indications that there is some vote switching and tampering going on, and it's very concerning. He offered to share with us, because she is a public figure, Kari Lake's natal chart here. And here's some notes about just some important aspects of it to notice. She's got a warrior spirit. Her purpose in life is to be absolved. She's dealt with a lot of rejection, bad luck in court. We've seen that. Even though she has proof, okay, she can't get a judge to be impartial and listen to her information. She's got a great need to have somebody with a sense of ethics and impartiality to listen to the information she has. So if you are interested in astrology and this makes a lot of sense to you, you're welcome to look at it again. It's kind of in the public domain because she is a public figure, so I didn't have any issues with sharing that with you. And then he also included because your geographic location has an impact on what your chart will look like, he included this chart also. Now, the last and maybe the most important item I have here, if you go to the Gateway Pundit, they have an article that's entitled Message to Arizona Voters. Here's how to track your ballot status. And if you're in Arizona, I suggest that you read this and follow that, because you're going to need to step up and help motivate certain officials to do their job accurately and not try to have shenanigans going on with the balloting results for the Senate race in the state of Arizona. So at this point, let's craft a question for the tarot cards. Okay. I would like to ask, gosh, we know she's a warrior spirit, got a warrior spirit. We know that she's going to, once again, if need be, fight and not stand down if there is election shenanigans, which we know there are, but will they be to the extent that she does not get the Senate seat that the majority of the voters have wanted her to have? So and I don't want to have the universe give us information from down the road, like if there's an overturning later, that can come out in additional insights and information. So let's ask it this way with a yes or no element, because it's always fun to have one of those as part of the tarot read. So I want to ask the person seen in the public eye as Senate candidate Kari Lake, will she be able to enjoy being an elected Senate official in the next 60 days, plus additional insights and information the universe wants us to know? Okay, she's not going to stand down, and I think once she gets herself in one of the elected official positions in Arizona, that's going to be the start of a lot of much needed cleanup in that state. And then she can move to the other 49 and keep working there. I also think if she doesn't get what she's wanting for in Arizona, I bet Mr. T has a really good position that he could offer her too. So that'd be interesting. Let's see what the universe wants us to know. Again, the yes or no element is going to be, is she going to be elected and able to take a position within the next 60 days as the voters wish, plus additional insights and information. Again, if you're a newer viewer at this point, I'm going to let you watch me work with the cards so you know they never leave the camera when I'm shuffling. And I find out what the universe wants to tell us when you find out. So, yes or no element, is she going to be successful in her bid for Senate seat and realize that she's been elected within the next 60 days, plus additional insights and information specific to the candidate seen in the public eye as Kari Lake? Hey, hoo-hoo, our first card's the Death card, Major Arcana, Strength card. Woo, talk about two ends of a barbell. Then the recent past, we have the Emperor, three Major Arcanas. I told you she was important. Five of Wands for the current. Near future, we have a Seven of Pentacles, Page of Wands, and Three of Wands. Okay, guys, so far we don't have a hard yes in the form of an ace, but let's look at what we do have because, again, in the current and recent past, we have the Emperor. The Emperor is, by the way, indicating not just the White Hats, but Mr. T, who has endorsed her, and he's keeping an eye on this situation as it develops or procrastinates, as the case may be. So the situation's being indicated by the Death card, which means that there's a long, slow change that's going in process. Part of that change is the changing of the votes that the citizens of Arizona are worried about. But balancing that out, that change, it's being balanced out by a lot of strength. Divine feminine strength, that's Kari Lake right here, as well as those of the citizens who are doing their part to insist on some election integrity for the state. And she's not backing down. The Five of Wands does say the situation is temporary. It's going to resolve. Maybe, even as I make and put out this video tonight on this 9th day of November in 2024, it is going to resolve very quickly. Now, what's going to happen is, look here, this is kind of, to me, it's humorous what they're saying with the votes. They haven't counted all of them yet. All of them, they're only giving her credit for some of the votes she got. We know that. We know that's what's going on. Now, on the insight card here, we got the Page of Wands showing up. And this is a card, this is starting to get me hopeful on her behalf because the Page of Wands is a card of cautious optimism. We have reason to believe that because of eyes on the situation, maybe a little pressure to have some integrity in the election process going on, just maybe showing that that state official who went on record as saying he wanted to make Kari Lake's life hell, maybe he's seen that he's backed into a corner and he's going to have to explain himself. And so maybe maybe there's going to be some motivation to just count the vote accurately and let the results be what they were intended to be. Now, once again, looking into the near future, Kari Lake is going to be part of helping us make some big changes in our world as we move forward. The Three of Wands is showing up in my reads again and again and again, showing up saying, hey, the path has been cleared. We're going there. We're going there. We're getting there. So again, Death card not showing anything but that there's a long, slow change going on. And since we know that we're going from dark to light, maybe it's an indication of that. I think so because we got the Strength card here for a clarifier as well as kind of a nod to the divine feminine strength that is being exhibited by Kari Lake. Let's get a few more cards and see what the universe wants us to know. Interesting. We have the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Wands, my next and last two, the Tower. And Ace of Cups. So we got our hard yes. She's going to be in office, guys. She is. She is. Now, this coming late in the read, it's not going to be without some drama. We got the drama indicated with the Tower card here. But let's look at what the other four, what we're getting here besides just, I'm saying, hey, this tells me, yes, it's going to happen. We got our hard yes. Okay. It's going to be hard won. But if they just gave her credit for the votes she had, she'd have already been in there. Okay, so those of us worried about the election shenanigans on Kari Lake's behalf, there's not as much to worry about as we think there is, probably because of White Hat and Mr. Trump's support of some election integrity. The 10 of Wands says this is the last time there's going to be any kind of we're looking at some big revamping of how we do our elections and voting, and it's high time and high needed, and it should not wait 3.5 years to happen. It needs to be happening now so that we revamp things so that our elections are all done in one day and votes are accurately counted. And then finally, we got a Tower moment coming up here. Someone's going to take a fall. For what they tried to do. Absolutely. and it's going to be fun to watch. Okay, it's not going to be Kari. It's going to be someone's going to have take a fall, and I hope it's not, a chosen guinea pig. I hope it really is someone that was really deeply involved in the shenanigans that's going down for all of these election shenanigans that have been going on. The Ace of Cups was our hard yes. It's also, we've got the cups are our feelings, our emotion suit. And this is one that talks about the potential for contentment and happy outcomes. So very, very nice card to show up here. And it's funny that I can find something to laugh and smile about when we've had both the death card and the tower show up in a read. But with the way they're doing it and with the other cards supporting other elements of the message, we can indeed smile about this. So Kari Lake, you've got this and you're going to be able to actually enjoy it. It isn't going to be one of those instances where we know you won, but it was stolen from you. This one you're getting. So let's recap. The results for the election in the state of Arizona for a state senator with Kari Lake as one of the candidates is still on hold because votes are being counted or finessed. And we took a look at the situation. The Facebook link that'll be in my video description box has got some items you might find interesting, including her natal chart, courtesy of Larry Martin, astrologer, as well as a couple of articles. And the last one, again, if you are in the state of Arizona, is very important for you to look at. It is one that was found in Gateway Pundit that will tell you how to make sure your vote gets counted accurately. So there are things you can do. You don't just have to sit and wait for the results. There's action you can take. So we asked, is Kari Lake going to enjoy a successful bid in her try to become a state senator, and is she going to enjoy that success within the next 60 days, plus additional insights and information? I really didn't want us to wait for a 3-year overturning or 4-year or something like that. Is she going to be able to enjoy the results of this election? And then up came a lot of odd cards. The first card down was a death card, which talks about long, slow change, which actually, since our world is going from dark to light, isn't too concerning, especially because on the other side of it, the clarifier was a strength card. So Kari Lake, even if it's going to take a long time, she's got determination and she's going to make sure whatever the results are, she gets to the bottom of it. And that's great. Her support by Mr. T was evidenced with the recent past card of the Emperor. Currently, a nod to the little bit of dissension going on about this. There are those who would like to finesse the results and change them. Okay, but that situation is temporary. Fives are always temporary. And I think there's just so many eyes on the situation that it's almost getting impossible for them to do that. Plus, as I said in my last video, we are now on an optimal timeline. On an optimal timeline, the power is going to be to the positive, to the love and light type of agenda, and that's wonderful. Now, I laughed a little bit. The near future card, they're trying to not give her credit for all her, they've only counted part of them, but there's a lot more. And if they do even half of the job that they should do on counting the votes, this lady is going to be in a senator for the state of Arizona. We were told to be a little optimistic because that's one of the meanings of the Page of Wands, cautious optimism. And so as I'm making this video, the universe is saying there's reason to be cautiously optimistic. The video was also telling us that there's not nearly as much to worry about as we think. So someone's putting the pressure on people to do their job right. Okay, this is I love seeing this one because to me this card indicated that this is the last time we're going to have these kind of balloting issues. We are overdue, long overdue for some election integrity to be instilled in our process here in the United States. And however that rolls out with voter ID or whatever, this is the last time, which is good because then a lot of people said they're not doing this again. Okay, now someone's going to take literally a fall for trying to finesse the results and get someone that wasn't duly elected into office. And the Ace of Cups was our hard yes saying yes. She's going to enjoy being the winning candidate within the next 60 days, if not much, much sooner. Much, much sooner. And Kari Lake, you have a future that's beyond the state of Arizona. You're going to be one of those important people that helps our world to move forward and go from dark to light and make the changes we so desperately need here in the United States, as well as for the entire world, human race, plane of existence. It's all changing for the better. So that's it for this video. I thank you so much for your time and attention. If you have subscribed, would you make sure you're still subscribed? Because people get dropped from my rolls. And if you'd like the video, thank you very much. Feel free to share it if you want to. And I thank you so much again for viewing this video. And until next time, if you're willing to receive it, I send you love, light, and I wish for you everything bright. Bye.